Hi, hello viewers. My name is Paul Abiodun Fadmo, and today I have Mr. Tosin Omi. Is it Omi or Omi? I think I should allow you to introduce yourself.
It's
Please,
for
take
me water.
Omi water. Okay. So today we'll be talking about revolution. Now, the revolution protest, which has been on in Nigeria in a few days, in the past, I think 1 day, right? Is it 1 or 2 days? So now,
Yeah,
a lot of events have generated as a result of it. We've seen on video, we've seen on social media that police and security operatives they clap down on the protesters as usual. I think it has become almost a normal thing for Nigerians to be clamped down on like that when it comes to protest. So I'll be discussing with uh, Mr. Omi today. So maybe if you want to say a word maybe about yourself, just so that people who do not know you before they can get an idea of who you are.
hi
Just if
friends.
you,
Hi friends. I'm Oluwatosin Omi. I I'm a contributor. I'm a social contributor because not only political, because every day many drama happens in Nigeria, and we lend our voice to it. So I'm a social contributor. I've been following politics in Nigeria from 1999, going to political party meeting. Then my grandma will force me to follow big brothers to political meeting. And with key watching happenings in Nigerian politics since 2014, having key interest in what is really happening in Nigerian politics in 2014. So a little bit I understand what is happening and how it's happening and the major key players and what they are up to.
thank you very much. So I'm trying to share this on my personal page. So in case you are seeing this, please uh, help us in sharing it to platforms so that people can get to participate in this discussion. Feel free to drop your question. We will pick it up, and we will really want to, hear your contribution via the comment sections because we'll be able to see comments from here as well. Thank you, Mr. Omi. So now, I have some issues that I would want to discuss as regarding this revolutionary protest. So
Okay.
first of all, I think the revolution now is something that has been linked to Showore in a particular way. In all way. Anyway, he has been to prison as a result of it, and I believe he's kind of like under a house prison right now as we speak. As in, he
Yes.
cannot travel beyond Abuja. So I think it's more like prison as well. So I would want to I would want to take your opinion on that. What do you think about the revolution now and Chowere, vis-a-vis the kind of relationship he has with the protest or the term revolution? Because I think that's one of the major things that I see Nigerians online, saying, okay, they would want to support it, but the fact that, the word revolution that they are probably scared or skeptic. What's your opinion? Are you with me?
My opinion, yeah, I'm with you. It's went
Okay.
the audio went bad. I'm with you. I get it. Now,
Okay.
my take on revolution now is the project is not really a Shore project. Though it's just that Shore I just feel is part of it because a lot of people actually come together, a lot of concerned Nigeria actually come together, even those that were not with Shore during the last election and those that were not even part of his party come together because they felt concern about what is happening in Nigeria and felt we need a revolution. Now, the term revolution kind of scare people away. I understand that. But the revolution doesn't mean you want to, they want to kill people or they want to cause chaos in the country or do they want to bring crisis? No. They are talking about social revolution. They are talking about social revolution. Uh, Social revolution in the sense that many things is going wrong in the country presently. Start from security to unemployment to power. Everything is just wrong as far as Nigeria is concerned. So these people just felt as a concerned Nigeria. Now, leading a protest or calling for a protest does not mean you automatically want to overthrow the government. I understand the fear of Buhari government. Anyway, I understand their fear. But these people are just like to call the government to caution so that they don't just think they got power now and go to sleep. Because the first term of this Buhari administration, they literally go sleep after being elected. They don't, you cannot feel we have government. For even, it took like forever to appoint minister and all that. And even after we got the minister, it's one story to another between the executive and the judiciary and the three arm of government are just in crisis throughout the first term. And we don't have opposition to call these people to check to check them. So if revolution now want to stand as the conscience of the government, to call government to order, to hold government accountable for what they have promised Nigeria, I see no reason in revolution now.
Okay. So, Mr. Omi said he has no problem with the word revolution. But the truth is that I have seen a lot of Nigerians, a lot, because
Yeah.
lately, because of the pandemic, I've been, I have time to just scroll around. I just want to understand people's perspective, to
Mm,
understand the way they are thinking. I do
mm,
that on Facebook. I
mm,
do it on Twitter too because a lot of Nigerians are very, very active when it comes to politics on Twitter. So you see
oh,
these people saying, even people that are well educated, some of them who will probably live abroad, they sure have a problem with the word revolution now. Okay, so it's perhaps maybe they are scared, or they don't want to risk their lives, or maybe maybe the problem is with Showore, because some people also have a problem with Showore personally. Well, not personally, perhaps his person. Okay, his person, his personality, his charisma. I think some people have a lot, challenges with that as well. So, I know you are somebody that I believe has been following Showore. What do you think about the person of Showore?
the person of Shore, well, the people have problem now. You're into there. People, even some of them, they don't reside in Nigeria, but they still have problem with the word revolution now. Now, a lot of a lot of them don't have the problem with the word revolution now. They actually have problem with the person of Shure.
Showore.
Now, I don't know, but if you are not, if you are a lover of oppression, if you love the people oppressing Nigerians, you cannot love Shore. If you are a lover of PDP, APC, you are a lover of religion, is from my religion, is from my tribe, you cannot love Shore because that guy is blunt. He will tell you for a fact. I've watched his interview. He's calling people thieves. He said, "Don't call them." He said, "What they are? They are thieves." You see, before now, sometimes you share your opinion about religion and tradition, what how the damage is causing us as a people. Now, I want to buy into that because our people felt these guys, I mean the politician, they are older guys. We should respect them. They are somebody's father. You should respect them. You when they died, you should not rejoice. You should not. You should. You see, we cannot do, these are the people that make life difficult for an average Nigerian. And you want us to prostrate for them when we see them. It's not possible. These are the people that refuse to build the hospital. But when they fall sick, they got admitted in the hospital of another state, in a private hospital in another state. But when they die, you want us to sympathize and pretend as if we are sad. If we are not sad, we cannot be pretend as if we are sad. So now, the person of Shore, Shore is somebody that is very blunt, that says truth to power. And the point is, many Nigerians are not used to the truth. And Shore is someone that is not economical with the truth. So this is the problem people are having with him. Now, he has been like this for decades. Some people criticize that this is not school politics, this is not SUG politics, and all that. This is not SUG politics. This is not school politics. This is the real politics. But hey, you can be against him, but everything he's saying, you cannot say they are not right or they are not truth. So some people
Okay.
also, we must also understand that the sympathizers of Goodluck Jonathan, his supporters are also against Shore because they felt Shore is the one that helped Buhari to come into power, to get power in the 2015 election. So these people, even till some weeks ago, we still find one of them, one of the former head of Jonathan. What is that guy's name?
Reno,
Yeah, still
Reno
calling
Mockery.
out Shore because they still felt bitter till now. But we must understand that Shore has always stand with the people from onset, from 1992, when Abiola won the election and he was denied power. Shore was there with him up till 2010, when Yaradua was far in the Middle East, dead, and some people want to seize power. That was the first time I think many Nigerians were exposed to the word cabal. 2010, when some cabal arise in the Aso Rock and want to make the wife of the president to become president because the husband is dead. This guy Shore stood with the part of truth on the part of the people and make Jonathan become president. Jonathan was just a quiet. Jonathan on its own was just very quiet and he doesn't even know what the future holds for him. But thank God for the constant reporting and the accuracy of Shore's Sahara reporters that keep reporting every situation in details. How the then president is feeling in Saudi Arabia. until Jonathan now become president. Then Jonathan become president, he's not doing well. Same Shure stand on the path of truth. Same Shure stand on the path of the people to say no to corruption, no to impunity. And some people felt he was against Jonathan. Who brought Jonathan to power in the first place?
Well, that will be question for another day. But you see, still on the issue of this, Shore and protest and revolution now. Okay, see, I've gotten to the level where even me personally, I have some reservation about this, about protest in Nigeria, especially. Okay, I have no issue against protest because I understand that protest is a right of every citizen. Okay, that you
Yeah.
can, civil disobedience is allowed when you feel, when you are aggrieved, when you feel like the government is not doing something. So as a citizen, you have right. But the problem is this, to me, I think many Nigerians don't even understand the right, their right when it comes to civil disobedience. Okay, so the way the country itself is structured such that if there is a government in power and if you are not supporting him, there are things that you ordinarily will not benefit as a citizen.
Okay.
Okay, so this is how our system is structured. So and the people, they are conscious of this, that okay, for instance, the youths who are benefiting from N power. So would you expect them to not support Buhari, even if Buhari is leading us to wherever? You understand? So if you now
Yes.
call such youth and say, come and let us protest. So what is the possibility that such youths will join the protest? Because see, when we are talking about protest, we have to also be conscious of the fact that you need group, you need good number. You know,
Yes.
There's a guy I follow on Twitter that I saw his tweet this morning, Dr. Dipo. The guy said, if you have only 25,000 Nigerians, there is tendency that the police or the Nigerian army will not arrest them.
Mm.
But in a case where you have 60, 50 people on the street,
Mm.
it is easy to intimidate such number.
Yes.
And it also means that the popularity of the protest is in doubt. Do you understand? So
Mm.
these are some of the things that I have seen people raising, and I'm trying to reason with them. Okay, because individually, as an individual, as a person, I think protests should go on because there are so many things in Nigeria that is an eyesore that should be protested against. All right. So
You
so what's your view on that?
you know what happened? The administration we have now, they are a product of protest. The
Okay.
Buhari administration we have now, they are a product of protest. 2012, there was a protest. There was a price in the price of fuel got increased, and there was massive protest. And even at that protest, some of the things that was chanted at that protest was revolution. So now this government, they're a product of protest. Now they knows the power of protest. So see, we cannot say because only few people come out to protest, that means the protest is the protest failed. No, no, no. See, the fact that you have seen 60 people on the street for revolutionary protest, it means times 10 of that number are ready to hit the streets. Now I will tell you, let's have a breakdown of this government when they come to power. Now, because they are a product of protest, this is the weapon they have used against the Jonathan administration in 2012. They knows the power of protest. So ever since the Buhari administration get to power, they have tried all means to curb protests because they know it's a very strong weapon in the hand of opposition to turn the people against the government. Now, this 2012 protests saw a lot of people, both people in power now and some of them also in opposition, came out for that massive protest, and even some of the words they use on that ground is also revolution, that they have come to create a revolution. So because they knows the power protest hold, they try to curb protests. See, take for instance, when they come to power, they have been some protests, but they have used massive force against protesters. It goes to a point. There was one protest, our Mumu don't do. Charlie Boy led that protest. You know, they tear gas this man that he passed out on the ground. So there was a time some months ago or so, this guy Dele Deji Adeyanju was attacked physically. He was almost killed because some guys that said I stand with Buhari, there was a counter protest. So this government, they understand the power of protest. So ever since they get to office, they had not allowed protests to hold. I don't know if you will get there. The interview of the presidential spokesperson today, Femi Adesina, you know, he's a Yoruba man, so we can alepowe fun Yoruba. I forget. I forget. Kini kan Mawodi, yellow masha. I don't know if you know that adage.
I don't know that adage actually.
Chicken, you are omedie o Mawodi, yellow masha.
Okay.
Now, what that means, I want to break that down, is he doesn't understand anything. He was talking about the protest. He said the protest is nothing. If the revolution now protest is nothing, why
Arrest people?
Why do you deploy armed policemen to arrest people, to harass them, to use bottle to shave their head? If you think it is nothing, they are comedians. They are just leave them. Leave them. If you leave them, you see 60 on the street today, you leave them. Tomorrow you will not see 60. You get my point. So additional don't know what it takes to be in power and get overthrown and lost that power. But Buhari knows. Because Buhari have been in power before and he was overthrown. So when I see additional on TV blabbing, saying all sorts of rubbish against the people that are his payers, because Nigeria, we are paying him. If we just come on national TV because he had a camera in front of him and is a spokesperson, he can just talk to Nigerians anyhow. He should go and ask the spokesperson to Jonathan, where is that person today? Power transit. After his time in Aso Rock, he will go back to his church and become deacon again, Abi. People are waiting for him. So you cannot come and start rubbishing people, say they are comedians. If they are comedians, why are you using force against them? Let us enjoy the comedy together. Let's see what that comedy will turn out in 3-4 days.
Okay, so that is one aspect. The other aspect I want us to look at is the aspect of division in Nigeria. Okay, see, I'm trying to point you out these factors. They are not just my opinion. Okay, these are things that I have meticulously studied. I studied people's attitudes. using just purely using Facebook and Twitter. And then I also spoke to people on one-on-one on phone, So
Mm.
I know the people's attitude. So now there is obvious division in Nigeria as we talk now. All right. Some people are clamoring. We know of Biafra have been clamoring for. I mean, some of our brothers in the east have been clamoring for Biafra for a while. Okay. Now there are people now saying we want to do what they say they want to do a republic. Okay.
Yeah.
Now and it's also a fact that majority of the northerners, they are in support of this government, or maybe let me say, I may be wrong, okay, and I'm open to correction if I'm wrong. That whoever that comes from the north, whether even if it is a half dead person, as long as he's from the north, you will expect people to support the majority of the people who still support him. Okay, so in a kind of country like that, this protest is not just say, okay, those of us in Lagos, or people in Southwest, or people in the southern part of the country. All right, the protest is calling out to the whole of Nigerians, but there's so much division in our midst. It's obvious, when you see some people's comments, and the way they address themselves, you wonder that can we ever achieve a national protest? Do you think we can in this administration, especially?
Ah, in this administration, it will be difficult, but it is possible.
Okay.
It will be difficult. The fact that the man in power is ex military guy and who
Yeah.
have tasted overthrown from power, it will be difficult, but it is achievable. Our consistency. Last year, when there was a revolutionary protest, people, because of the backlash that comes with it last year, ordinarily you will not think some people will still be on the streets this year to protest again. That is to, and even before now, the noise that sung the saying of revolution now has not left the mouth of some certain people who think the government are not doing enough and they need to be checked and they need to there's need for some people to call them to order. The division in us, especially for the call for Odudua recently, I just believe is cowardice. With
that, that,
respect
that will
to,
anger some people.
of course, that was with respect to my friends who are in that struggle.
Hmm.
Uh, Now, my term in it as cowardice is this. Some people just felt if Nigeria cannot work for us as a whole, let's
Hmm.
break it.
Yeah.
But breaking it will not amount to it working. Breaking it,
That may be just your opinion and Showere's opinion too, because I've seen him defended that. So that may just be your opinion.
you think if they break Nigeria, if they break it up today, how will it
Hmm.
work? These people are influential, they have the money, they got power too. If whoever is going to break Nigeria up today, if they come to break it up, are they going to be sitting down with Nnamdi Kanu? Or they will be sitting down with Orji Uzor Kalu?
Well,
I'm,
see, I think they are
you.
on. I will, well,
Who do you
I
think
think,
they will be listening to? Nnamdi Kanu or Orji Uzor Kanu?
but they are listening to Kanu in their thousands or perhaps millions.
That is the jobless kids.
No,
See,
no, 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 no. They are not jobless. I've seen people who are in business. A lot of the people who are actually fronting Biafra, they are Nigerians who are probably well they are earning very well. They live abroad, and some business people also in Nigeria who are
Okay.
clamoring for it. So they are not just and as especially this Buhari's administration has made the call a little bit more popular, especially
That
online.
that is where I'm going to. Now, the call for Biafra, the call for Biafra became more louder in Buhari first regime. Now, in in his second now, the call for
Yeah,
Odudua now is coming up.
yeah,
If we have third term, maybe the call for Arewa also will come up because of the massive play in the north. Now, because the country is not working well,
hmm,
that is why everybody is calling for the division. If the
okay,
country is working well,
hmm,
Nigerians will not be calling for its division. But in dividing it, there is no guarantee it's going to work also. Because, see, we have taken time, like, maybe not us, maybe our parents, they have taken time to withdraw back and not question what is really happening in government. So a lot of bad guys have enriched themselves and they have empowered themselves. That even when you break it up today, you will just have small cell of
small
thugs,
bad people.
small small thugs that will now go back and head each
Their
place.
own, yeah,
So,
their own country, small country.
yeah. So the our aim of breaking it up, it will work, will then be shattered, then another struggle will continue. You might want to argue that then it will be smaller parts, then people can get hold of themselves.
Yeah, that I was going to that.
You might
Because
want
people
to
believe that okay, Nigeria is complex. Okay, a lot of Nigerians actually think okay, Nigeria is big. Okay, it is multifaceted. It is we have too many people. We speak different languages. We have really issues with culture and religion, which is a major thing in Nigeria. Okay, so that okay, for instance, if the North decide to go away. Okay, the north is mostly Muslim dominated. Okay, so and the south, I think the Yoruba South, they've been able to manage their relationship between the two religions because there have been some intermarriages and all of that. So I know families that have both Muslim and Christians. Okay, and so if you are my brother, I don't have, regardless of what you are praying to, I probably won't hate you. You understand?
yeah.
So as a result of that, I think I'm just speaking on behalf of these people that okay, maybe this is their reason and say okay, and if we have Tinubu heading us in the south, for instance, okay, or maybe in the Odudua, and then maybe people would maybe they feel like they would be closer to him than somebody who is in Abuja,
Really, they
So
are closer to him.
I
Between
think
them,
maybe I'm saying maybe.
between those that are clamoring for Odudua now,
Yeah.
and MC Oluomo, who is more closer to Tinubu?
Well, I will leave that for them to answer.
See, the reason I say the other time is that they are jobless people these days. See, and Hydrogen is the devil's workshop.
I don't believe they are
I
idle.
I want
They are
to
people that are
I want to clarify that.
okay.
I'm not saying all the people who believe in Odudua or in
Biafra.
Biafra are jobless. No. What I mean is joblessness of people back home is causing this uprising. In fact, a lot of people I see now that clamor for Odudua are not even Nigerians in Nigeria. They are Nigerian diaspora. But see, people just felt things are not working the way they should work. A lot of people making noise for Biafra today, if there will be massive employment in the country today and they get something on their hand to do, go to work, come back tired, They even forget about it. If life go back to normal, people are working, earning, and they live their life peacefully without insecurity problem up and down, without the killings. Nobody will be out agitating for Biafra or out agitating for Odudua. Because they felt it failed already. That is why everybody is asking, let us divide it, let us divide it. And to what you said the other time, that Nigerians are not, there's uh, different people don't support protests against this government, and we are still divided on religion, on party, on ethnic.
Yeah,
An Hausa guy will never see anything wrong in Buhari.
yeah.
Even if they are killing every day. In Buhari hometown, there was protest there yesterday.
Protest.
Yes, in
Yeah, yeah,
Katsina.
yeah. Because I learned they killed the youth
Yeah,
APC youth
APC.
leader or something like
These
that.
are the people that work for him to come back second time. Oh.
Yeah,
These same people in
yeah.
that world, if you see posts about Buhari today, they will say leave him. And they are killing you guys.
And that is why somebody like me is probably saying, is protest going to work? You know,
Protests,
are we,
protests
can
will.
we, even though I think I'm beginning to see a few of them, I'm beginning to see a few of them because of this killing that is happening in southern Kaduna, the one that's happening in Katsina and all of that, that they are
Yeah,
beginning to speak up a little bit, but just a
yeah,
little bit. So,
yeah,
but majority, because it is democracy now, so number counts. you
yeah,
know it's
yeah.
it's a game of number. So anyway, there's something I want to take you back to: the power of the military in Nigeria. Right,
Okay.
the power of the military. There have been several protests in Nigeria, dating back to the 80s, dating
Yeah.
back to even in the early 90s, when we finally got independence. Imagine, I mean, just remember that when we got independence, the military guys still prefer one of them to be president over a civilian. That's when they chose Obasanjo. All right.
Okay.
So
Okay. In the
and then
1999.
yes, so they prefer. I think that's just me thinking, that perhaps they prefer one of them. So their power, their hold on Nigeria, it seems to be very, very strong, even till date. Like person like Buhari, ordinarily, apart from the fact that they sold Buhari to us and say, okay, Buhari is a faithful man, is a man of integrity, that there is nobody that has the kind of integrity that Buhari has, and there is an old man, does not need money anymore.
And that
Then,
is a retired general. He can conquer Boko Haram.
yeah, exactly. That he can conquer Boko Haram, and then he will be a no-nonsense man. People talk the story about why. If I personally, I know about why. Okay, I know about why. I know we kick against indiscipline. Then, I knew how it works and how effective it was in the early 90s. I think it's 90s. I think. Okay, so now people are still now. I am now looking at the strength of the military in Nigeria. You know, Look at people. Somebody like Abacha. If Abacha had not died, Abacha probably would have become a civilian president too.
Yes.
Look at the amount of money that is being recovered from him now in the last 1 decade. Look at the money. The money kept coming back. The money kept coming. But I've seen some people saying, "Thank God, though, Baba Rere, that after, even though he had dead, I mean, he had died over
Sending
a decade
money.
ago. He's still
Still
sending
sending
money.
money whenever we are broke.
Yeah, he's still sending money. So, so now look at the fact that somebody like Buhari could be packaged, because if somebody deceive you for the first time, we might say, okay, it's not your fault, you did not know. But what about the second time? So to me, it's like Nigerians themselves, they are a people who don't think they need saving. So now arranging a revolution now, it's not on behalf of Shore and the few people that are leading it, okay? But I think it's more like it should be on behalf of the people, right? Because I look
Yeah.
at the manifesto, I look at the things they are fighting for. It's on behalf of the people. But these
Yeah.
same people seem like we don't need you to fight for us. You know, I've observed that it's like they prefer to be under these military guys. You know that they don't mind. That's the way it seemed to me. I mean, I may be wrong, but I'm also saying that I understand how to do research on social media, and these are the things that I have seen, not from one, not from 10, not from 100, not from 1,000. And this is over a period, especially since this pandemic has started. I've been following, people's attitude, our attitude. To me, if you ask me, honestly, I would say Nigerians, they don't want to be bothered. They just want food. People, and I'm sorry if I'm portraying them as people that are too
You are
simple.
saying the right thing. Don't be sorry for that. That is why people don't like Shore, because he's saying the right thing, but in the way people don't like it. People, Nigerians are not used to being tell the truth. That is why. What happened in the time of bringing about Buhari in 2015 is the
Yeah.
massive corruption in the
In
Jonathan's
Goodluck Jonathan's
administration.
administration.
If Atiku would have been if anybody APC present will win Jonathan. Even before election, Jonathan knows he had lost. They never finished counting before he called to congratulate. He want to buy time. He postponed the election to share money. So before the election, he knows he lost already. So anybody that is presented that time, we have a good day against Jonathan. That is why. And another thing is so many sweet things that were said about Buhari is this, is that. So many. In fact, the picture they painted when Buhari won the election, before swearing in, everybody sat right.
Mm.
NEPA will bring light without without citizens going there to bribe them to on the light. But after Buhari get there, it took him months to inaugurate his to select his ministers. At the end of the day, when he select them, they are the regular guys. Everybody knows that so person does not worth being on that list. So everybody just felt this guy is not what they have said he is. Then everybody go back to their normal way.
Mm.
So anybody that will run against Jonathan then will win against him, because one of the problem we have on ground now, Jonathan is we can point to him. He is the cause, because there was corruption so glaring in his administration that people just felt we need something new, and that lead us to something very terrible.
Okay, I'm going to mention two issues before we go.
Uh,
Um, you see, the first one is that, do you think that the turnout we have seen so far, I mean, do you think it could have been hindered because Shore is among the leading leaders of this protest, or not? Do you think if somebody else, was leading this protest, that probably maybe people would have turned out more, you know, or it would have still be the same story?
I will go for a yes and a no,
Okay.
but I will go for a yes more. Now, if another person will be the face of revolution now? Yes. Now, the government is using force against revolution now because they knows the capacity of the convener of revolution now, Showore. They knows what he can do.
Okay.
We must also agree that Nigerians, to an extent, especially people that ought to be talking, are not talking. Take, for instance, let's go back memory lane. Some years ago, when Two-Face Idibia talk about leading a protest, that protest was going to be massive, but it was killed before arrival. I said it then, if I'm Two-Face, I will choose to die. I will lead that protest. That would have been the time we will have revolution. And even what we have now, the reason I go for a no and yes is this. What we have now, what we see now are 60 people on the streets, has more than 6 million people who are on social media, want to see how the first day work out. If the Buhari administration feel these people are jokers, they are comedians, and all other words additional as used today to describe them, they should give them the free hands to protest. Let's see what will become of this protest in 3 days. Let's see what will become of this protest in a week. Let's see if Nigeria will not be shaking to its foundation with revolutionary protests. But because they know the hurricane, Showore, what is capable of doing, that is why they are trying to curb him. That is why they are trying to kill it before it starts. But Showore has likely said some time ago that nobody that can kill an idea that this time is ripe. So the time for revolution in Nigeria is ripe. Whether the protest on the street has 10,000 people or 1 million people, people are inside them protesting every day because of what they are going through, the hunger, the suffering, the terrible things they are going through in the hands of law enforcement. You cannot be a guy and you are earning legitimacy and the police will not be there to harass you. When they see you are good looking, you are automatically a suspect. When they see you are looking good, you are automatically a suspect. How can you be looking good in this Nigeria? How can you be looking good? So people are protesting daily. The fact that they are not on the street does not mean they are not protesting. The fact that they pick August 5th as Revolution Now protest does not mean it is only August 5th people are protesting for a revolution in Nigeria. People are protesting daily. Some days ago, I saw the video of a guy who only parked by the roadside to fix his car. But before he just parked the car, before he could buy a recharge card to call the mechanics to come fix it, the last man came and threw away his car. This guy was making noise, was shouting, he's protesting. So carrying a Revolution Now banner does not mean it is only then people are protesting. People are protesting every day. People, you saw the video of that woman who say she wants to go and prostitute so that she could have money to feed her kids. She's protesting. The number does not determine in a protest. Only one guy during the Civil War, the Biafran War, only one guy go to the US Embassy and light up himself and call the attention of the whole world to the genocide happening in the eastern Nigeria. It's only one guy light up himself in front of US Embassy. So the number we have seen today, 60, might not, we cannot determine with that number. But the number of people suffering daily from the incompetency of the Buhari-led administration, the number of people who have lost their job, the number of people who have dropped out of school, the number of people who have been killed, the number of people who are driving their own car and trailer fell on them.
But now, sorry, let me cut you short. Okay. See, if really people are going through these things that you are saying, okay, because me, I would want to say normally, if I am suffering, people will you find a way, you will get angry. But somebody have already said, when you push Nigerians to the wall, they make a hole in the wall and escape.
See,
so that was you mentioning somebody who went to the US Embassy and lit himself up.
It's not a Nigerian.
Oh, it was not a Nigerian?
It's not a Nigerian. Nigerians cannot do that. Sorry.
So that is me. That's my point. This Taloveku, that is the word that many people are using on the internet.
What happened
they think, okay, the police will shoot everybody, but these policemen are Yoruba, Hausa, and Igbo men. Are they not men part of us?
Yeah.
They are part of. Are they not suffering? They are suffering. Do you understand? So I think something is, something is really wrong. Sincerely.
Of course.
So now, in closing,
and let me say something to that, please. See. Okay. Nigerians are not, a large percentage of us like suffering. Only few of us can talk when things get hard, especially against government. The Buhari administration we have seen now can be likened to the days of Sani Abacha, when people will go to the filling station to queue for 3 days to get fuel. When people cannot get kerosene and they are using Abacha stove with sawdust. So even then, some people, even the people that are in power now and camouflaging themselves as the Babas are there now, they were under their bed sleeping, hiding them. They could not even come out to protest. So we are just this kind of people that even when we see somebody that wants to talk, even when you make posts on Facebook to call out the irregularities happening in Nigeria, leave them now, governments are trying. They just like suffering. An average person just felt if he or she got a job and get paid, then life is good. And another thing is traveling, exposure. Some time ago, I posted on Facebook or on maybe on a page. Then a guy want to engage me. Then I just go to his picture, because sometimes it's not everybody you have to engage. Some of them they don't even want you talking. So I just saw the picture of him with stroller at the airport. That was the DP. I mean, if he can value the Nigeria airport like this, if he travel out of Nigeria and see how life has left him, he'll be hungry with Buhari. Because it's just.
But I personally know people who live in the UK, who have lived in the UK for years, for over 2 decades, who are still supporting Buhari. I know people who live in the US, who live in the US, who live in UK, who live in other parts of Europe. All right. I know people who
Bua-
live in Dubai that are seriously supporting Buhari.
Buhari
So,
supporters are in categories,
okay.
and the category is numerous.
Ah,
Yes, sir. Now I will tell you their category. Now, some people are supporting him because they are APC.
okay.
Some people are supporting him because they are same religion.
Okay.
Some people are supporting him because he's Hausa Fulani and they are from the north too. Some people are supporting him because a particular pastor or bishop they don't like in Nigeria is talking against Buhari.
Hmm.
Some
So
people are supporting.
they don't want to offend their bishop.
No, not because their bishop is supporting Buhari. Some people they don't like Nigerian pastor.
Oh.
They don't
So
like Nigerian pastors.
because they don't like Nigerian pastors.
And the pastor is against Buhari.
Oh, so because of that, they deliberately support Buhari.
There's some set of people like that also.
Really?
Some of them now they are Jonathan's supporters that
Okay.
still have grudges with Showore. That anything Showore will say or do, they are not in support.
Hmm.
So Buhari supporters, they are numerous. They are many. They are in different category because the love of Nigeria is not in the heart of an average Nigerian. An average
Now,
Nigerian.
but you need to know because I have been in a group on WhatsApp,
Mm.
whereby there are people from all over, people in the UK, people in the US, people in Nigeria, people in the UAE that are in that group. And there
Yeah.
is one particular guy who believes that those of us who are not supporting Buhari, that we are not patriotic. That it is them that are supporting Buhari that are actually patriotic in their own eyes. If you see an average Hausa person or Yoruba guy who wants to support Buhari, they will
Yeah.
support him with everything in them, and they will tell you that it's because you are not patriotic. That if you are patriotic, you will know that Buhari is an honest man. I saw one guy's post last week who said if Nigeria after Buhari had left, that Nigerians will miss
We
him.
miss him. That is another category of people I'm talking about. You know their names are
What's the name?
anybody in power.
Hmm.
That is their name. Anybody in power. If Showore become president today, they begin to support Showore. Even if he's
Wow.
40, they begin to
Wow.
support him. They are anybody in power. In football, we call them anywhere belle face. So anybody in power, they think they should support that person,
Wow.
not knowing that your patriotic is not to an individual, but to the entity Nigeria. Is this person power treating Nigeria well? And who is Nigeria? Me and you. They also. Are they enjoying it?
Well,
If somebody will come on Facebook typing on with one hand and using hand fan on the other hand and saying say baba, somebody is sweating, no light, all the noise of generator is making noise to his ears, and he's saying say baba. That is where exposure come. If some of them get to Ghana and come back to Nigeria, they will go and stone Buhari. Just Ghana is like abroad.
yeah, we,
We are
we will
hearing it.
get we will get there because I've seen some Nigerians who are abroad also who are very gullible, But it is not for today. We will talk about that at another day. Okay. So see, I want us to round it up now. But before we round it up, before we go, I would allow you to be like 1 minute or so to make a comment about this thing I'm going to say now. You see, I have come to the conclusion that Nigerians are scared. I don't want to say coward. So
Say it.
that's what
That is
I'm
what is
going to
it.
say. That's what
That
I'm
is what
going to
it is.
say They are
No,
scared.
they like people like you that are economical with the truth.
No, I'm trying to play the devil's advocate today.
Okay, okay.
Yeah, that's why I'm just trying to play the devil's advocate today. So, you know me, I'm not I'm not that nice.
Yeah.
So, would you agree with me that Nigerians are scared?
Mm, yes, yes. 100%. They are scared. If you get know the number of inbox I get to try to stop me, even my show on Facebook is called My Cup of Tea. It
Hmm.
was because of an attempt to stop me in my inbox. The person said, Tosi, what is your cup of tea? Do you leave these people alone? That I picked that
That's why
and make my
you pick
show my cup of tea.
the brand.
Yeah, so
Wow.
they are scared, and when they are scared, they try to make you scared.
Hmm.
Every time my even my relative will inbox me, man, what is wrong with you? Leave these people alone now. Even family,
Hmm.
friends. So they are scared and they try to make you scared. And they don't know that there's nothing to be scared about.
Hmm.
There's nothing to be scared about. Like you rightly said a while ago, if we have 200,000 people on the street to protest, how many of them can the police arrest? The police will be forced to even join them. But because the number of people that chose to hit the street is minimal to to the number of them that are at home that are scared, people are they are scared. They are scared. If not, we don't need to wait for August 5th to protest,
Hmm.
because the things that will make people protest are there every day happening in Nigeria. As we speak, yesterday, no, sorry, yesterday, there is still killings in Kaduna.
Yeah.
The killings now become so rampant that they don't make front page of newspaper again.
Hmm.
That we are not even moved again. We just felt to die is just normal,
So why
because
don't they?
people are scared to talk, and they will eventually their cowardness will eventually kill them.
Eventually, everything will be equals death. You
Even in
know.
their room, you don't want to go out to protest
Hmm.
so that they will not kill you. But even
Mm-hmm.
in their room, they are sleeping. S-men is coming to kill them.
Hmm.
Is it not the same thing? So people that get scared, they they don't know the power they have when they start talking. When they start talking, they don't know the power they have. We, the people, we have power over people in power. We have power over people in government. If we understand our if we understand our position as the people who keep them there.
Yeah. That's if we see ourselves as such, right?
If we see ourselves as such, we
Anyway,
have the power.
thank you so much, Mr. Omi. I really, really enjoyed the conversation, and I am hoping that this conversation will continue because the purpose behind this is just that we need to encourage Nigerians. We need to educate them. I was talking to a young guy yesterday. Who is in, he called me from Nigeria, and he was telling me about the starting a small community activity. So if government is not going to build the road, let's begin to contribute money and begin to build the road by ourselves and all of that. So I said, well, your idea is laudable, but the truth is that that is not done anywhere in the world. Okay,
This
I
is
told
what
him,
Nigerians will tell you. If you also you start helping people, leave the government alone. You to help people. How many people do you
yeah,
want to help?
I told him that it is a deceit. It is a message that is coming from from the camp of the people in power, and they want people to shift attention from what's important. They want attention to be shifted away from the government, so that people will say, okay, it is we, let us be fixing it by ourselves. But it's not done anywhere. And finally, I would want to say also that the spirit of community seems to have vanished in Nigeria. There's no longer community people. If somebody die in the north, it should concern everybody. Okay, if whether it's a Igbo man or is an Hausa man or is a Yoruba man, shouldn't matter. It should be a Nigerian has died, but that's not happening. We are pursuing independent or individual successes rather than collective successes. And as long as we continue to do this, we are never going to get the Nigeria that we deserve, or that we desire. You know.
Yeah.
Anyway, thank you so much once again, Mr. Omi. And
Thank
the
you very much.
viewers,
Thank you for
thank
having
you
me.
for being with us. And you can follow Mr. Omi. His name is Oluwaseun, right?
Oluwatosin Senior.
See, yes, Oluwatosin Senior on Facebook. And he has a regular podcast on Facebook. He calls it My Cup of Tea. So you might want to join him and have a cup of tea. And then we will be having several other shows and talk shows like this on this platform, and our YouTube platforms as well, and IG, that's Instagram, the same name, Opinion Sharers. Thank you so much, Mr. Omi. I really do appreciate this.
Thank you very much. Thank you for having me.